Lord Uria, every time you conduct magic training with her, cracks have been discovered in the protective magic surrounding the Divine Ministry. And this has already happened more than a dozen times. I don't know the reason for these occurrences, but if continuing her magic training risks compromising your barrier, then I believe it must stop immediately. Several members of the Divine Ministry who detected these cracks early on are already in a state of anxiety. However, I know that you couldn't possibly be unaware of this. As someone who absolutely commands the Divine Ministry, you couldn't have failed to notice your own barrier destabilizing. So why, Lord Uria, have you said nothing about this situation? Why do you continue her magic training when you know it could lead to danger? Is she truly so secure and important that it justifies putting the Divine Ministry at risk?
I see. I won't stop you from thinking of her that way, Laurel. There's no need to, after all. But no matter how much you protest, my decision won't change.
Lord Uria!
If you're asking why I continue training with her, it's because she's worth it. Her inherent mana and magical potential are far too exceptional to let go to waste.
But the ominous signs that have already appeared during her training suggest that her power carries a dangerous nature. What if awakening her power leads to an accident? How can we be sure that restoring her magic is truly the best course of action? Above all, we can't predict the aftermath of her using magic, especially since she is clearly tied to the curse we've been investigating. You initiated this investigation into the curse because it was deemed too dangerous to classify as a mere rare disease. Forgive my boldness, but I must ask you sincerely, Lord Uria. What is she? How important is she to you? Why would you prioritize her to the point of tolerating a threat to the Divine Ministry? The institution you've spent so many years building into a powerful stronghold. I can't help but think that you and the Divine Ministry itself have been profoundly influenced by her. And I'm sure that I'm not the only one among the Divine Ministry who feels this way.
Laurel?
Wasn't it enough that you created the apprentice assistant position specifically to admit her into the Divine Ministry? Judging from the fact that you and the two other heads are investigating her past and her connection to certain incidences, it's clear that you don't fully trust her either.
Laurel.
As your personal assistant, Lord Uria, I beg of you sincerely. If you truly wish to protect the ideal ministry we've worked so hard to build, please, stop now. I can't bear to see the Divine Ministry I've dedicated my entire life to crumble before my eyes.
Once again, it's because of me.
Ha! Laurel Neo, enough. Of course, your dedication to the divine ministry is as admirable as ever, Laurel. I understand that your passion is as great as your need for the divine ministry's formidable authority.
Lord Uria!
But stepping beyond the core purpose of the divine ministry is something I cannot allow. It was established to honor and serve the will of the god, and going against that purpose is unacceptable.
But what exactly is the will of the god?
Think carefully, Laurel Neo. No matter how devoted you are, you cannot possibly understand the god as well as I do. Still, since you're curious, I'll give you a brief explanation about the god who founded the divine ministry. To put it plainly, he is deeply disillusioned with Akavina in many ways. But if even I, the proxy of the god, were to be hindered, he would feel an even deeper resentment, wouldn't he? It might even extend to you, Laurel.
What in the world is going on here? Laurel said she's never seen Lord Uria make contact with Akavini's gods, but it sounds like he knows them personally.
Lord Uria. Are you saying that you know everything about the god who founded the divine ministry?
Yes, I know that god better than anyone else. So I will make this clear. No one despises having his realm invaded more than the god who founded the divine ministry. And no one scorns lofty ideals and notions of perfection more than he does. Do you understand what I mean?
How could...
Whether you understand how I know this or not is irrelevant, Laurel. What matters is that you realize how repulsed I am by your true intentions, dressed up as ideals and perfection. How disgusted I am by seeing my realm trampled underfoot. Don't be so surprised. As the proxy of the god who founded the divine ministry, I naturally inherited his temperament.
Forgive me, Lord Uria. I misjudged. I always believed that every decision you made as the head of the divine ministry was the best one, and I dedicated myself fully to carrying out your orders. But now, I see that I was wrong. The choices you've made recently have been full of questions, far from what I imagined to be the best. I should have realized sooner that you may not be aligned with the ideals I envisioned, or that even if you once did, you could always change. It seems I've placed too much blind faith in you.
Perhaps, Laurel, but I always make the best decisions, even if they don't seem that way to you. To me, every choice I make is the best.
Forgive me.
I'm sorry. You had to witness an unpleasant conflict. Still, thank you for not stepping in impulsively. Due to that, I was able to resolve a matter that absolutely needed to be settled with Laurel.
Oh, will Laurel be alright?
That depends entirely on her. You don't need to worry so much about it.
But if Laurel steps down as your personal assistant, wouldn't that put you in a difficult position, Lord Uria?
That's not something you need to concern yourself with either. As mentioned before, I don't act without a plan. I have alternatives. No matter how essential Laurel may seem as my personal assistant, to me, she's ultimately just another human, among countless others who pass through. Laurel's main grievance lies in what constitutes the best choice. But what's considered best differs from one person to another. Such conflicts aren't unusual, and I'm not someone foolish enough to hold on to those who decide to leave. But precisely because of that, I do hope you never choose to leave me.
He doesn't hold on to those who leave. So would it be troublesome for him in some way if I were to go? I don't know why you say such things to me, but just now, you said that even your personal assistant is merely one of the countless humans who pass through your life. If that's true, then someone like me, who isn't even a personal assistant, must mean even less. Someone who wouldn't even leave a ripple. So why? Why didn't you hold on to Laurel, yet say you don't want me to leave?
Huh?
I remember him saying he believed the end between us would be different. I remember telling him I didn't want him to need me just because of the curse, even at the end of our journey. So,
Do you truly not remember?
pardon?
Do you truly not know why I hope, above all else, that you will not leave me?
What do you mean, Lord Uria?
I told you once, didn't I, that I wish with all sincerity to exist at your end. So how could someone like that wish for you to leave? Did you truly not realize?
Lord Uria, there's something I'd like to tell you.
What is it?
I may not fully understand the emotions I'm feeling, and I'm too confused to explain what I feel for you directly. But at the very least, I remember every moment I've spent with you. Of course, when we first met and made our agreement, I saw you as nothing more than a means to an end, a way to uncover the curse and meet the god. But now, I can say with certainty that my heart has completely changed. On the day you said you wished to be at my end, I told you what I wished for as well. For someone to see me for who I am, for someone to need me as I am. But when I said those words, I didn't believe my fate would ever change. Back then, I thought it was an impossible wish. There's one thing I absolutely want you to know. After everything we've been through, I've come to share the same wish as you. Just as you wish to be at my end, I wish to be at yours, Lord Uria. So I will never leave you.
I wonder if, in that final moment, you will truly remain by my side. At the end I've vaguely imagined for so long, when I'd be left alone to quietly sort through everything. If, in that solitude, you would really... If you were truly there, then perhaps I...
By the way, I've heard that not only you, but also the other two heads are investigating my past.
Yes. The curse you bear has been a subject of significant investigation for a long time. Naturally, we needed to learn more about you, the person at its center. But since it's not easy to seek your cooperation right now, and there might be events you don't remember, we've decided to listen to the accounts of those around you. Since you've been reluctant to reveal your past, we had no choice but to proceed without your knowledge. I'm sorry.
If you've looked into my past, I assume you also discovered why people called me a cursed freak or bringer of misfortune. You must have at least learned the kinds of incidents and accidents that happened when my curse was at its peak.
Yes.
But Lord Uria, if it's you, if it's truly you, I'll still trust you, Lord Uria, even if it's just something I wish to believe in. No matter how much you know about the misfortune I carry, I believe you'd never brand me as a bringer of misery or view me through the lens of prejudice. Even if you've uncovered my vulnerabilities, I trust you wouldn't see me as someone despicable. That's what I want to believe.
There's no need to worry. I wouldn't let something so trivial lead me to hold prejudices against you. If we're going to discuss the origins of misfortune and impurity, I'd be the first.
Lord Uria?
It's nothing. I misspoke. In any case, there's no need to fret over such things. I told you from the start, didn't I? There's no reason to be wary of me. Wait. This time, I have a question for you. What if What if my essence, my very nature, is completely different from what you believe? In that case, how would you view me?
I don't know what a completely different essence would mean, but just as your view of me hasn't changed, mine wouldn't either.
Huh? Thank you. You may go now. And hope you have a peaceful night.
You too, Lord Uria.
A month has already passed, and here we are on another full moon night. You must have seen the full moon. Judging by the lack of reaction, I suppose you're no longer afraid of the moonlit sky after that night. Ha! And yet, I find myself dreading nights like these with a full moon. Is it because I pity you, who naively sees me as only a good and noble being? Or is it because I feel disgusted with myself for showing only the best sides of me to deceive you? Bah. The end I envision for you is simple. To use you as a means to my goals and then annihilate your existence. I intended to personally execute that annihilation, which is why I wanted to be present at your end. It was necessary. Even when I wished for you to stay, it was only to avoid the hassle of tracking you down and dragging you back, just to wring out the last of your usefulness. That resolve, my unwavering intention, has never changed. Until now. Why then? Why do I feel such disquiet at the thought of you meeting your end at my hands? Ah. Is this what they call guilt? But guilt, that emotion is what I thought I'd abandoned long ago. After thousands of years steeped in filth and countless transgressions, I believed I could no longer feel it. I thought no being in Akavina could stir such sentiments in me again. So, why now? I never imagined the choice I made 1,000 years ago to spare that wretched soul and set him on the path of reincarnation would haunt me so profoundly. Of all people, why did the seed of his curse take root in you and bloom here? Why are you? As one of the gods of Akavina, unable to alter even a single thread of fate, I find myself uniquely disillusioned on this moonlit night. But putting all that aside, this feeling, this wish for you to see me, to need me for who I truly am, what is this emotion? It's not guilt, of that I'm sure. Then what is it?
I understand all the formulas perfectly. Whenever I am about to succeed, these strange voices distract me and scatter my focus. Ugh. Lord Uria doesn't look well again today. Did I say something wrong that night? This is all so frustrating. Come to think of it, Lord Uria mentioned knowing the god who founded the divine ministry. Lord Uria!
Ah.
I know, all times.
Remember, no matter what, if you're discovered, our daughter will.
Why am I remembering my mom's final word?
You must survive, no matter what.
Mom! Lord Uria, quickly, use your healing magic. Lord Uria! Please move, Lord Uria. I don't want to hurt you too. Please.
As expected, when your curse erupts and isn't immediately countered, my power flows directly into you, leading to catastrophic results. Why must the greed of one and my own corrupt ambitions seek to tarnish the purity of one so undeserving? Why does it have to be you?